With superhero games being a constant on the game sales charts today, it's kind of weird how none of them come off as cool as they do in their comic books. Spider-Man, Wolverine, even the mighty Superman suddenly gets turned into unknown guy from Crackdown or Kratos. This is something that well-known developer Sucker Punch is now trying to change with Infamous. Waking up after a supposed terrorist attack, Cole is surrounded by a burning city that is quickly quarantined from the rest of the world because of the fear of a mysterious plague. Government conspiracies are soon thrown into the mix, however, and by cleverly inserting TV news reports and ramblings from a supposed underground freedom fighter, Sucker Punch keeps on adding layers to the exciting story. In the middle of it all is Cole, who after regaining his senses suddenly finds himself with exciting superpowers. Without going into spoiler territory, it should hardly come as a surprise that it's these superpowers that also create a rift between Cole and the rest of the world, which is where Infamous begins to set itself apart from most other games of its kind. By resisting the temptation to lure the player to the good side and instead creating a system that is equally beneficial no matter how you solve the missions, Sucker Punch has been able to put together a game that lets you actually decide what you want to do based on your own conscience. Waking up as a superhero in a quarantined city full of crime, almost everything is yours for the taking. But instead of just letting the first couple of missions act as a tutorial, they also make a point out of showing that Cole is limited in his powers. Being able to shoot bolts of electricity is all fine and dandy as long as you got juice. But with Cole being the human version of a rechargeable battery, you have to make sure to be near a power grid if you don't want to experience the mortality of a modern superhero. Experience is constantly earned by solving missions and defeating enemies, allowing you to unlock new skills depending on your karmic state. The karmic state is Infamous' way of judging if you're good or evil, and depending on whichever way you choose to play, new ways of combating your enemies will be unlocked. Fear not though, because no matter if you're good or evil, Sucker Punch forces you to take part in certain missions that adds new ways of traversing the world, effectively allowing you to re-explore parts of the world, Metroidvania style. Doing this, you gradually free areas from invading gangs with the ultimate goal of exterminating them completely. Other missions forces you to make decisions whether you want to be good or bad, rewarding you with special bonuses either way. The most important missions are given from Special Agent Moya, who naturally is also the one person alive with the evidence that could clear Cole's name from all his supposed wrongdoings. With Sucker Punch's experience and production values shining through from the very first minute, Infamous is a joy to play. What at first feels like a too forgiving control system, with Cole automatically sticking to any surface, later shows itself as a solution to let the player focus on some blockbuster-like action sequences. An aspect the last Prince of Persia forgot, even though it tried the same kind of controls. The controls also let the player focus on toying around with the amazing powers that are continually added to Cole's arsenal. By making you part of a truly exciting story and letting you feel the immense pressure of having superpowers in a world that despises you, Sucker Punch has achieved what few superhero games have achieved before, but what seems to be the basic standards for any good comic book, and that is making you care about the superhero.
That's when I caught my first sight. The Reapers. Before the blast, they were just a bunch of junkies dealing drugs. Now, they own the